Hey there. This month of July, I am going to be speaking about sexual freedom, the whole month. And for the most part, it's how do you keep your passion alive? I have lots of questions and I type them up, so I am going to be referring to my notes. I hope you don't mind. So maybe you think having passion in your life, keeping it alive, means you're in the bedroom a lot, or you have a partner who has a really high sex drive. Well, I might surprise you that maybe that's not exactly how you're going to keep your passion alive, especially celebrating it in this month of July. So I have a question for you. Do you want to change your sex life? Even if it's not as passionate as you want. Some of you may be happy with it. Some of you may not even want to have a really alive, vibrant sex life. For whatever your reasons, just honor what your reasons are. And still, think about the questions I'm going to be asking you. So are you single or do you have a partner? And if you're single, of course you're getting your sexual needs met. I certainly hope so. And maybe you have one or two friends. And nowadays we say friends with benefits, but these are people who you enjoy. They're nice people you do things with, and you enjoy the intimacy with them. And if you have a partner, well, do you have a healthy sex life with your partner? And just because you have a partner, it doesn't mean that you're being sexual. Maybe you're at a phase in your relationship where things are taking a break. So how are you taking care of your sexual needs? How are you keeping this life force energy alive? And how are you expressing this in a sense of freedom rather than constrained and constricted behind closed doors? And are you happy being single? Good question to ask yourself. You may be very happy. You may decide to be single for the rest of your life. You may be looking for the right one. And in that, can you express yourself freely? So how do you get your sexual needs met? Not only maintenance sex. Maybe you haven't heard that term. Maintenance sex means it's kind of like taking your car in to get the tires rotated or the oil change. It's good. It keeps it on the road. It might be you make love, once a week if you need it or not. And it's not real passionate, but it is intimate. It does feel good. Every now and then, I don't know about you, but I like putting pedal to the metal. I like to have the intensity of that speed, of that passion, of that energy. Do you have that in your life, or have you allowed that to go by the wayside? So, how are you getting your sexual needs met? Do you ever experience that explosive desire when everything comes together? And that could be as simple as it's the right day, it's the right time. The kids are at a friend's house. You look at each other and you go, yeah. So I'm inviting you to really think about freedom and your sexual expression in this month. Where does your independence and free thinking take you when it comes to sexuality? Do you have a vibrant sex life? Now, we go through phases, especially if you're in a relationship. Sometimes it can be very hot, especially at the beginning of the relationship. And as we move into 10 and 15, 20, 30 years, we have to work at it. So if you had that hot sex life at the beginning and you don't have it now, I know you miss it. If you never had it, and some of my clients, because I'm a marriage sex counselor, some of my clients say they have never had a really good sex life, even at the beginning. And my question to them is, do you want to create that? Because it is possible. So were you hoping your sex life would be better than it actually is? I mean, I know I'm asking you a lot of questions. And you can listen to this video more than once and see if you're answering yes or no. If there's a lot of no, you may want to come in and see me or find some kind of a marriage counselor, relationship counselor, sex therapist, because God, great spirits, gave us our genitals, gave us our sexual energy to rejuvenate ourselves and to allow us to stay connected to that higher source, to God or great spirit. So freedom, and that's what this month is about. It's honoring that in the United States, we have turned 243 years old. And, you know, it's been a struggle throughout these hundreds of years to maintain our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. How much work have you done in your relationship to keep it alive? It's a working contract that you make with another partner. That's right. It's a contract. And you made vows when you got married, and that included the intimacy. That actually included the sexuality, even though you may not have said it outright. While in the ceremony in church, there was that unspoken relationship that you truly enjoyed each other and you wanted to share your sexuality, not only to have children, but to be vibrant, alive with each other. So after all these years, let's say you've been in relationship, maybe not married, but in relationship for a lot of years, and now that you've gained some wisdom, would you change the vows that you made? If you were going to recommit your relationship to each other, would you say things differently? Probably so. Some things may remain the same. And hopefully with years, wisdom comes to you and you understand the demands of a relationship and how to stay committed to self-growth and development. The questions you want to ask yourself is not so much, why did this happen to me, or why did this happen to us? Not what got me here, although sometimes it's kind of like, how did we get here? Because it wasn't what you intended. It wasn't what you were dreaming to have happen in your relationship. So the big question is always ask, how do I deal with what's going on in my life now, no matter what it is? And our world, our planet, our United States is being really challenged, and it's going to continue to be so. I'm praying, and I pray a lot to Great Spirit to help us navigate through this. And what I'm asking you is, are you happy or unhappy in your relationship? Doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or if you're single. Are you happy or unhappy? And if you're unhappy, what are you doing to change it? If you're happy, what can you do to make it even better? Because none of us are walking on water. So we obviously can grow and evolve and learn how to communicate better. And so how, if you are with a partner and you have children, how can you make it better? Or is it time to end it with respect and trying not to hurt anyone? And I help individuals not only resolve problems and with their relationships and stay together, but sometimes a relationship that is learned as much as they can learn from each other. And rather than take each other to the cleaners, I teach people how to still hold a love and respect and honor of each other, and to end a relationship while still maintaining a friendship, especially if there's children, because it's very important you continue parenting. Freedom with being spiritually accountable, assuming authority, taking responsibility for your life. And so in this month of July, my question to you is, are you honoring your country? With our country is about independence and freedom. Can you take a look at your life and see, are you celebrating your life or are you barely surviving in it? And I know we've had a lot of challenges, and no matter what it is, the stronger we're connected to Spirit, no matter what comes at us, we can allow Spirit to guide us, and our life will be better and it will be easier. So we want to embrace, I invite you to embrace who you are as a sacred, sexual human being. And you need intimacy, you need sexuality, you need passion, and yeah, you need just some good old sex. Nothing wrong with that. What changes do you need to make, do you desire to make, in order to celebrate your life and to celebrate that you live in the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you for watching this. Please share this video if you like it. And you can, with my YouTube channel, you could subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And blessings for a happy month of freedom.